number one, Ian Gentil, the tour rookie, up against the 2022 world champ, Filipe Toledo.
As we take a look at Felipe's wave here, it's the first snap, and of course this is what we expect from Filipe, and a bit more broken up. Vibe's still real, but a little different in the way that you got to approach this.
Here's Gentil from Paia Maui, the tour rookie. This is his first wave. Nice opening snap, just working down the line here. Just pace surfing at the beginning of this wave for Gentil. Looking for the finish. Throws the fins on that Mayhem surfboard for finish. He'll have the early advantage over Filipe Toledo, who opened up with a 2.5.
Approach just quick in transition. In contrast to Ian, a little more paced in his approach, but I think he's looking alive and looking spicy this morning, especially in the lip. You know, the little twitch there, getting the fins out the back, keeping that momentum down the line, mixes it up with a nice healthy carve, and then he gets one final move here towards the end. And I like what he's doing here. You know, looking a little bit more energetic in his approach, and I think that's a point of difference on finals day. You got to bring a little bit more energy.
Well, his energy in that he's been rolling through this event. Elimination round, he took out world number 5, Jack Robinson. Round of 16.
At this point, you've got nothing to lose. You got to go out there free. Don't think about the numbers. No, don't think about the fact that you haven't had an excellent score yet.
Filipe Toledo looking quick on the sharp eye, sharp on the rail for that roundhouse carve coming around this corner. Big snap, gets the fins free, no problem. Light-footed through the inside section. Toledo building up speed, pops it, and goes complete. 3.01 will take him to the lead. He's going to go to the lead right now.
Here, pretty much solely been on the 3-fin. And why is that? And I feel like the thruster is a thruster for a reason. That's why it's named that. You get speed out of your turn. You get thrust out of your turn. That's what that 3-fin brings to the table, in contrast to the 4-fin, which will give you 2 fins on the rail and allows you to really punch the fins, really accelerate. So it's just a little different feel, and he feels like at this spot specifically that the thruster is going to give him that thrust. You're able to generate your own speed, whereas the quad, you don't necessarily. You can use the wave speed, as we see the rocks there still with this lower tide. We're going to have that tide increasing, but you watch how he accelerates out of his turns. That's what that middle fin will do. It's called the thruster for a reason. You see the drift there, and you don't see a whole lot of difference in his surfing, and the quality of the turns from whatever board he's riding. There's not a huge difference in the style of surfing. He's always going to be quick, but that's the feel, right? And the feel that he gets out of the 3-fin through the maneuvers.
Gentil live action here. Big snap to open up. Coming around this corner. Needs to make up some ground. He's not going to do it. So Gentil also on a 3-fin design thruster. Thruster named by Simon Anderson, the inventor of the thruster back in 1981. Runner-up in Sunset and coming off a runner-up finish at the Surf Ranch. Here we go. Ian Gentil. Looking loose down the line. Real loose on that turn. Has to make up for some downtime with that fin release. Gentil pops it up and puts it down. Rides out and makes it complete. So a little exclamation mark on the finish of that ride, and the Hawaiian flag feeling proud.
Smaller wave and getting loose, trying to showcase some impact, a little more impact. Again, free out of the lip, was able to pull out the bobble there, and then really knew that there was that little bobble, so he had to do something kind of big on this section and gets that lofty frontside air reverse. Nicely done. He'll get back the lead here.
Working on that explosiveness for the finish, and that was what you were talking about, Pete. To be able to, really create a score. Ian Gentil, I feel his improvement.
Smashed in on one of his favorite boards for here. He actually had Papaya Surf end up fixing that board, so it's under his feet thanks to Papaya Surf.
There we go. Boom! Big air reverse working down the line for Filipe Toledo. Impactful maneuver and a high-risk maneuver done on the outside of the wave, Peter. And a fin throw to finish. Toledo's right back in it.
Yeah, and a point of difference there. Ian did his air reverse at the end of the ride, did that little tail drift at the beginning. A little bit more flow out of Filipe to the competitors this morning. Very similar to what it was, even though with the changing conditions. They wanted to see this style and approach of surfing at Punta Roca. We have 5 elements on the criteria that are for every single event, right? The commitment and degree of difficulty, the innovation and progression, combination of major moves, variety of maneuvers, speed, power, and flow. Those are the 5 elements that are there every single time a wave is judged. But then each of these elements change slightly when it comes to different venues. And one of the things that they wanted to see here is this style of surfing. And you look at that style of surfing, everyone wants to see it. You know, we want to see them punt huge airs. We expect that today. He did it at the very beginning of the wave. It's very high risk.
Gentil finds a frothy insider, looking for a ramp, finds it, projects onto the flats, lands on his board. We'll see if there was any damage done. Previous wave for Ian Gentil, a 5.27.
You know, generally, the bigger the waves is going to be the more, you know, commitment you're going to have, the more difficulty will be on that wave, as we see him up and riding now.
Bigger wave for Ian, surfer from Paia, Maui, with a big snap to open up. Little check turn looking down the line, floats over that section, looking for more open face, finds open face. Tail throw, little fakey riding just for a bit, has to control a foam climb, gets caught up on the rails, and he's out.
Well, it won't go to the 8s, but I feel like there is an improvement for Ian. Much bigger wave. And getting loose, that first carve was beautiful. We hadn't seen a lot of that style today yet. Now it's the water angle here. But again, just lays that one over. A lot of spray out the back. So beautiful work there. A little bobble here, but keeps it together and straight back up. And that was quick reflexes from Ian Gentil. And I do believe this will be an improvement. Most likely going to be his best wave so far. See if the judges agree. You know, I touched on the judging element that the surfers receive, that text, this kind of showcasing what part of the criteria we're going to want to see. Innovation and progression was at the top of that list.
This is a 3.17 that we missed during the break.
Yep, pumping down the line and to the air, a little front side grab, and
don't call it an Indy.
I didn't.
Of course. Of course you did, Pete.
Frontside air.
Back in Punta Roca, semifinal number 1, Filipe Toledo finds the puka and finds an exit. Just a small tube ride for Filipe Toledo, who's leading Ian Gentil in this semifinal 1. Here goes Ian. Nice pace to begin with. Really needs to light it up, however. Snap there and kick out. The judges are actually going to owe us 2 scores for Ian Gentil. 9 minutes remaining. When the score is in, we will set our situation out in the water. Gentil staying busy. One more wave. Methodic in his approach. Throws the fins and wrestles with the white water. Unsuccessful of riding out of that closing maneuver.
He's trying to go to the air. He's trying to do, you know, above the lip surfing, but right now we're going to watch Toledo on a nice long period wall right here, flying down the line. He's winding up. He's going to go straight to the air. Big front side straight air. Beautiful work. Lofty into the lip again. Big rotation. This guy is out of control.
So true. I mean, this kid, that's what he brings. It's just an immense amount of firepower. And just consistency, you know, consistency in those radical moves.
We'll take another look at this from the water. Straight ollie, and then builds up speed down the line after that straight ollie. This is impressive. This, again, feels like excellent surfing to me, Pete.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, the combination of major moves, right? He gets the front, you know, and that's the variety. Like all those elements that I had mentioned in the, you know, the criteria. Every judge is, uses those elements in designing a score for this wave. I mean, that is a big frontside ollie, good amplitude in comparison to, say, what we saw from Gentil. It comes down with speed, straight into another one. This time gets the rotation, so showcasing a little variety in that innovation.
Well, it was not just progression with that straight ollie. It was a functional maneuver. He cleared an entire section in the air with that big frontside ollie, and you know what? We felt that it was excellent. It looked like it was excellent, especially the slow motion replay. 8.67 for Filipe Toledo. He's gone excellent. 2-wave total. Once again, alley-oop.
Nice.
Ian Gentil sticks that landing. Check turn there. Gentil working this off. He's going to be right back in the game if he's able to complete this ride. Layback jam oncoming section.
Man.
Ian Gentil with a great comeback.
What, you think that's his first excellent number of his championship tour career? I would have to say pretty close.
Yes.
We'll see what the judges think, but man, what an answer.
This time from the water, Pete, and this alley-oop, outside was very, very impressive, clearing this section in the air.
Yeah, that's right. And the full rotation out of it, right? Again, up and over, carried a bunch of ground or water as he went over that, and then a nice carve, a little tap of the lip, and the finish. Hammers that section with a layback snap, so good variety on all those moves.
Felt good for him, and you can tell he's elevating his game in this challenge. Look at this.
Yeah, great technique in this alley-oop. Look at his feet just planted, lands on the back pad there. Probably would have liked, I mean, if I'm going to nitpick it, would have liked to have come out of there with a little more flow, but no worries, straight into this snap, and that's, again, great technique. Watch the arm drive through lower to the waist. Love it from Ian Gentil. It does, I mean, to me, I feel like this is a great answer to the wave of Filipe Toledo.
Yeah, it'll get him out of the combo that he's currently in. And that, great execution for the finish.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for that stat, that knowing that he's been, surfing all this year.
Identifying this one, Toledo decides not to use his priority. Gentil, way deep. And that's just going to eat up time for the surfer from Maui. Smart play by Filipe Toledo. Let's see if he will relinquish his priority and play some offense. Sure will. Here we go. Toledo. Fin throw, opening snap. Double pump off the bottom here. Rail guards all the way around. Little fakey riding out of that. Check snap. Inside section. Hucks it, incomplete. Opportunity now for Ian Gentil. 1 minute for Gentil to turn this heat. Needs an 8.08, and he has priority. Filipe Toledo, back-to-back finals in El Salvador.
Gotta love it. I mean, the ability's there, and could see himself once again. This is that you had mentioned, the strong point of the tour for Filipe. Good job done.